Is this on? Is it working? Oh, hi, it's on. Oh, hi. I'm Rebecca. I am one half of Misdirections. My partner Gabby and I were supposed to have our debut performance tonight at the world-renowned San Francisco Sketchfest. But sometimes life has other plans. We decided that we would improvise and put together this virtual version of what would have been our live show. But we're not gonna improvise, so we don't need a suggestion from the audience. You can put your hand down. No, this is a sketch show. We're just gonna be sketchy. We got some pre-recorded sketches for you, and then we've got a live one that we're gonna do afterwards tonight. And then once the pre-recorded ones are over, you can just click on the link on the right. It's gonna be at the top of the chat bar, and we will see you there. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your tub of ice cream. No mask, no pants required. Sit back and enjoy the show. Did I get it? I think I got it.
I just don't think killing somebody is a good idea. There are other ways to grow our podcast audience.
Okay, but is that the point of this pod? Aren't we trying to get more of like a body count?
Viv, the first people they're going to suspect are two ladies who run a podcast on how to murder people.
Not if we're smart about it. As we say on the pod, suspicion isn't conviction.
Can we circle back to the idea of selling merch? We could have mugs made on Zazzle.
With all due respect, I F those mugs. We should practice what we preach. We've been talking about it too long.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. We have an episode that needs to be out already. Let's just record like the first 3 minutes of the show.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome back to Murder, a serial podcast.
Because you can't spell murder without her.
I am Diane with a background in criminal psychology, here with my co-host,
Vivian, an art teacher and big-time murder enthusiast. This is the podcast where we break the glass ceiling on murders.
Everyone knows the vast majority of homicides are perpetrated by men. We think it's high time to close that gender gap.
We will teach you the tips and tricks,
the ins and outs
of how to murder.
Today's theme is axe murders. Spotlight on Rita Glesman, who picked up the hatchet in 1996.
Didn't she get caught when her cousin botched the body disposal in the Passaic River? 10 garbage bags of corpses, like a lot to deal with.
We'll get into all the details in our first segment, Killer Babes. Next week, we'll be focusing on death by 1,000 cuts. Ladies who slay with a knife but can't stop stabbing.
Talk about a slice of life. I'd like to revisit the idea of us killing someone. I think we're being a level of authenticity that the show is lacking.
I think that we've been doing okay without that.
We are 8 episodes into the second season. I mean, would you trust a thin chef or an alcoholic bartender or a car mechanic with a bus pass? We need to shit or get off the pot.
Look, I hear you. I'm not sure that you're thinking this all the way through. We have sponsors that have already committed to this episode. Today's premier sponsor is Gwyneth's Boutique Apothecary, makers of bespoke poisons guaranteed to take down a 250-pound man. Their poisons are odorless and tasteless. He'll never notice it in his craft beer, protein shake, or barbecued pork. Poison. Fast-acting so you can get on the run before you're on the run. That's Gwyneth'sBoutiqueApothecary.com. And
Claire's Cleaning Service is our platinum level sponsor today that offers thorough cleaning of clothes, towels, and rugs. Specializing in hard to remove stains like blood, wink wink. Use code MURDER for 15% off your first load. Picked out a victim. His name is Dan.
You mean the guy that delivers your cat food?
Yeah. He lives alone. He has no parents. I've got 20 pounds on him. He is perfect.
You mean he's perfectly traceable to you? Why would you kill that poor man?
Because we've got to start somewhere, Diane. Let me murder someone already.
Look, Viv, I can't physically stop you. You're in Colorado and I am in Virginia. But For the record, this is a terrible idea. And speaking of record, we've got an episode that has to be out.
Fine.
Our historical murder of the week is Lizzie Borden. Shout out to a queen taking it old school with an axe.
An axe is one great way to get it done.
No. You already have an extensive photo series of yourself playing checkers with the freshly dead folks at the nursing home you work at. You are around death like every single day. Do you really need to take your work home with you?
Yes, because that's after the fact, and I want to be there when it happens. I'm so tired of reading about other people. When is it my turn? When does Viv get to just live?
Oh, the ironies of needing to kill to feel alive. Look, Vivian, we have been rehashing this all fucking season. I can't be an accessory to your murder plot. Yes, I want there to be more women who kill. Yes, I want to smash the glass murder ceiling. Yes, fuck femicide and fuck the patriarchy. But, girl, I just can't. It violates my probation. I am out.
Yeah, I can do that. Coming. I'll be right with you.
It's very nice to meet you, Oprah. Thank you for having me on your show. Sorry, louder? I'm used to having to keep quiet. I've been in hiding since my last book, and I'm excited to talk about my new one. I and Frank came on your show because I'd like to take back my narrative. My parents forced me inside when I was younger. I had no choice. They kept insisting that there was a threat, one that I was too young to understand. I basically didn't have a childhood. And then I became really famous really fast. It was like the whole world knew who I was. Like Lena Dunham once said, I was the voice of my generation, or at least a voice of a generation, or in my case, a voice of a genocide. You know, Oprah, this wasn't my choice. My parents were the ones who thrust me into the limelight. I figured if someone's going to be making money off of my childhood, it might as well be me. My dad and this lady I thought was my friend published my diary without even asking me. Can you believe that my dad published my book? I had secrets in there. He was the one that made me into a child star. No wonder I have trust issues. I've never even had a boyfriend. You're right. I never saw any of the money that my book sold. It all went into some foundation. And to what? Upkeep my parents' house? Yeah, I get it. Waterfront real estate is expensive, but that house hasn't been kept up in years. It's like it's preserved in time. They haven't made any changes. Hello? Wi-Fi? Besides, sometimes it would be like, I don't know, nice to treat yourself. The posters on the wall are super faded. We've all seen it before. Like so many other child stars, my home life was really unstable. Sure, I had a mom and a dad and a sister, but my best friend was a dentist. I was 14. What kind of parents let their child be friends with someone who makes their living sticking their fingers in people's mouths? As someone who's interviewed people over the years, Oprah, you know that child stars have it hard. I don't have any of my own space. My life feels like it's always up for debate. And I wasn't an addict either. I just lived in an attic. And you're right, at least my parents were much better than Macaulay Culkin's. I didn't have to emancipate myself. The state did that for me. Or Gary Coleman, that guy had it rough. It got so bad that he was immortalized in a song on Broadway. You know, I'm Gary Coleman from TV's Different Strokes. I had a lot of money that got stolen by my folks. Now I'm broke and I'm the butt of everyone's jokes. Poor Gary. At least no one's made a musical about me. I'm sure it probably sounds something like this, though. I'm Anne Frank, and you've read my diary. I wrote that privately, not for all to see. Being 15 forever is just so tiring. I appreciate you giving me a chance to tell everyone my side of the story. I've been hiding away writing my new book. Yeah, everyone loved The Diary of a Young Girl. And I'm hoping that they'll give The Diary of an Older Woman a chance. Oh, yeah, I'd love to read you an excerpt. The New York Times called it a not as poignant, and the Jewish Journal review said it was a not so subtle cash grab. Yeah, my first day of college is going well. I don't know why people complain about their roommates. Having only 3 other people share a room is luxurious. In the dining hall, I can eat what I want whenever I want. College is amazing. You can find my book wherever Mein Kampf is sold. My family's health is most important to me.
It's just better for the environment.
I like having a choice. That's crucial to me.
You care about what you put in your body. Isn't it time you cared about what you put in your car? Introducing organic gas.
Those richer nutrients make a difference in my car's performance.
What's more American than gas? We don't need that Euro, Tesla, electric hybrid nonsense here.
Organic gas. Non-GMO. Lactose and gluten-free. Grown without pesticides right here in the US of A.
I like that organic gas is antibiotic free. My family deserves the best. Organic dinosaurs make mommy's cars go vroom vroom!
Organic gas. Brought to you by Chevron.
Hi kids, thanks for having me at Parent Career Day. I'm Mr. Igor, little Greggy Pooh's father. Don't you dad me, mister. I've been up since 1 a.m. Because kids, I work the literal graveyard shift. Officially, my title is Executive Assistant to Dr. Frankenstein. Up at the laboratory on the hill, I do the normal boring tech stuff, sweep the lab, wash the beakers, fetch the sandwiches, blah, blah, blah. But I also get to dig up the freshly dead at midnight. What's that, Teacher Perkins? Yes, it's incredibly exciting work. Oh, you said disgusting. I guess. It depends on the state of the corpse, really. Okay, so did everyone get one of the Tupperwares I passed out? Don't tell my boss, but I brought each of you a little piece from last night's raid. So before we open them, what's that, Mr. Perkins? Oh, the students haven't finished the cupcakes Baker Steve brought in? Okay, eat up those sugar bombs so we can get to my gluten and peanut-free surprise. Okay, talk about the benefits of my job. Yeah, I get excellent health insurance. I got dental, vision, right? So, 3 weeks paid vacation, matching 401k, equity in the company, plenty of room for advancement, and full pension upon retirement.
That is, if I don't get mauled to death by a pitchfork-wielding mob like the last guy. Okay, here are some of the tools of my trade. Unlike Tom's brain surgeon mom, I didn't have to get 8 years of advanced education just to mess around in someone's skull. Why go into debt when you have a dream in your heart, kids? This is all you need. A couple of shovels and a passion for the work. You know, I was freelance way before going full-time at Frankenstein's. Just a crazy kid driving around random grave sites, digging people up in my free time. Simple. Boy, his shovel, that warrant out for my arrest. Anyway. Okay, so speaking of digging, you can see that this shovel is pointy. That's good for colder, tightly packed soil. Now, this one has a nice wide face, so that's good for soft dirt and severing spinal columns. Okay, once you get to the coffin, all you need is this bad boy, and you are in! Common household tools, like these pruning shears, can cut right through bone. Ezra's grandma, who likes to garden, knows what I'm talking about. Right, Nana? And of course, a good-sized knife will get Whoops! Looks like this one has a little somebody left on it. Here, kid, you want to wipe it off for me? Thanks. Okay, where were we? Right. Okay, so do a full corpse scan for any parts that aren't too decomposed. The best way to check is by licking. So, oh, okay. Look, too much goo is bad, but if it's dry and mummified, that's no good either. I see some of you already opened up your Tupperware. You get an eyeball, and you get an eyeball. Something else, there's only so many eyeballs around, you know, kids? Okay. If you, you are retching. That is a sign that you are not cut out for this type of work. Oh, boy. You know, I forgot to put these on ice. Ugh, they've all gone bad. I guess tonight's monster is going to be blind. Dr. Frankenstein is going to be mad at that. You know what? You guys can just keep them. I picked this up on my way here. I saw a really bad car accident. Now, in my line of work, it is waste not, want not. So who wants a piece? Don't worry about it. Super easy to snap it off right at the joints. One? It's in pretty good shape.
That was pretty good, right? I know. So we got one final sketch for you. Just click on the link at the top of the chat, right over there, or maybe over there, but somewhere. And one final live sketch. We will see you there.